What's poppin', everyone? You got your coach of the Chim Chargers here today for our Week 6 Battle of the APA. We are currently 3-2 right now, looking to be 4-2 by the end of this game. Hopefully, we'll see. We did take an L to our last opponent, which was Kyle. It was just enjoying to see what he brought, and he did bring a lot of fire sets and things like that. So, but you already know, every time I take an L, I do want to bounce back and get a W. So I am bringing a more serious team, I would say, but it's still a really fun team at that. I have here Choice Specs Voltorb, and before we even talk about my team, let me go ahead and tell you guys what Mightykus brought. As you can see, he brought a Anorith, a Pikipek, Growlithe, Frillish, Coughing, and a Scraggy. And the first thing you may notice, right, is that he doesn't really have a great electric switching that he brought. Like on his roster, he has Ferroseed and Barboach, but he didn't opt to bring those. I could probably see why for Ferrothorn, or sorry, for Ferroseed, because I have Ponyta, which is like the first overall pick that I made, and it's just a really dominant Pokemon that I've brought a lot. So I can see why he might not want to bring Ferroseed, but I kind of expected Barboach to make an appearance. Maybe Dragonite's Barboach I think could have been good here, but he didn't have to bring that, so I was really surprised, and I guess really extremely relieved. So Specs Voltorb is something that I brought here into this matchup, and I think it's going to do extraordinarily well due to the fact that it naturally outruns everything on his team, bar any kind of Choice Scarf that he might bring. So I guess apart from that, I think that's going to put in a lot of work. I also have here Mime Jr., which is a sub Baton Pass set so that I can get into other Pokemon safely, maybe even pass on a substitute if I can. Other than that, it has Psychic and Hidden Power coverage for Scraggy and a Berry Juice. I have here a bulky offensive Staryu, which is 3 attacks plus Rapid Spin, really solid mon overall, and has great coverage for his team. I also have here a Firium Z Ponyta, which is there in order for us to sort of blow back mons, bulkier mons like Coughing. And it's a physical attacking set, so it does have Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, and high horsepower with Morning Sun. So I think that's really cool. Like, it hits a lot of his team, and just looking at it, everything gets hit at least neutrally. So that's cool. Then I have here a sub bulk up Krogunk, which I think is really cool because I can sub on potential Will-O-Wisp from Frillish, and I have Knockoff and Drain Punch respectively so that I can deal with everything on his team. Finally, I have a Scarf Taillow, which is there in order for me to be able to check +1 Dragon Dance Scraggy. So I think it's going to be a pretty solid matchup overall. My goal going into this match was to lead off with Voltorb, click T-Bolt on as many things as I can. Because looking at his team, like, I'm thinking he'll lead with Anorith just because it's his potential Stealth Rocker. And I looked it up. It does not have Sturdy or anything. It doesn't have Sturdy. So the calc said that, or whatever the standard set is for that Pokemon, that Specs T-Bolt from Voltorb KOs it like more than 80-something% of the time. So I think it's really in our favor to lead Voltorb just because it doesn't really have anything good for it. And if there's like a Pokemon that I can't really OHKO in one hit that could OHKO us back, I can just Volt Switch and chip that thing down. So I think Voltorb is a great Pokemon, definitely one of our win cons. Taillow can definitely also be a win con as well and help us keep his team in check. And that's going to be the team. So let's just go ahead and I'll show you guys what we have here for this match in week 6 of the APA. And let's see what happens here. He's going to be, of course, challenging me. And this may or may not be Mightykus' first mistake. Coach of the Boston Weedles. We'll see what happens here. But I'm going to lead with the Voltorb as he decides to lead with his Anorith. So, good lead overall. As for me, as what I can do here is just fire off a T-Bolt. I'm Choice Specs. And this is going to be doing a good amount of damage. As you can see, it just completely OHKOs it. And Anorith is gone. So, that Pokemon is out of here. Really nice overall. His second Pokemon is going to be that Coughing, right? So I'm like, okay, Coughing, not bad. I'm just going to stay in, fire off another T-Bolt. I have really nothing to lose by staying in. And I'm able to knock it out here once again with a crit. Crit, I think, did matter with, but it was a roll in his favor, but still a roll nonetheless for me to be able to have a chance of OHKOing it. But definitely unfortunate for him, as I think he was going for a Memento that turn, but he couldn't really set up on mons like Krogunk with Scraggy or anything. So he's going to go into Growlithe as I go into my Ponyta and take that Flare Blitz with my Flash Fire. So I have my boosted Flash Fire Ponyta right now, which is really good, as you'll soon see later on in this match. I'm going to be just staying in. I went for the Wild Charge, predicting Frillish to come in here, but I guess he just decided to scout and see what I wanted to do by going for the Morning Sun and see what I would what I would go for here. I go for the high horsepower and I dodge. He dodges. I miss. I think that was I don't know. I think high horsepower is what, like a 90 accurate move. I'm not sure. It's some kind of high accurate move, I think. But unfortunate to miss that. He will switch out here after damaging me, as I'm gonna go for the Morning Sun. He goes into a Scraggy, and this is interesting, right? Because I don't know. I guess he might think that he could live, right? But I am Flash Fire boosted, and I go for the Fire Emvee Flare Blitz on this turn. So I'm gonna activate my Z move here, and I know at the end of this match he was telling me that Scraggy could have lived this, but I told him not with the Flash Fire boost, because that Flash Fire boost ensured that I would be able to completely O-code this Scraggy here and knock it out in one hit. That's why, because I got a crit on it, so the crit did not matter with that Flash Fire boost. Really solid with Ponyta putting in that work there. He's gonna go into Frillish now, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna switch out here. I know that if it's a bulky Eviolite set, Wild Charge will be a 2-hit KO, and I don't want to get KO'd back with the Scald. So I'm gonna go Mime Jr., play it safe here, as I do get burned, and the burn takes me down, of course, into my Berry Juice range, so I can just restore myself back to a full amount of health. And essentially what I want to do now is I want to try to get off a sub-baton pass into something else. I want to bring in Voltorb safely. Like I said at the beginning of this match, Voltorb, if it comes in safely, it literally claims a Pokemon, or it just does so much damage to something. He switches out of Frillish, which is amazing because I get off a substitute, which is amazing. Now that I can just go ahead and Baton Pass freely, he is faster than my Mime, I think. It was a speed time, pretty sure, because I am max speed. And I'm not sure. I think Max Speed Growlithe also hits the same speed, but maybe I'm wrong. But either way, I'm still gonna be able to Baton Pass safely right now into Voltorb here, and I can go right back into that. So now this is really good. Like, I don't want to stay in. I know that I can't knock this out from the range that it's at, so I am gonna go for the Volt Switch and play it safe. I know I have a feeling he's just gonna go for Flare Blitz here. I know that T-Bolt could not have knocked it out from that range, so I'm just going to go right back into Ponyta, and my nice Hita, the horse here, back with the blue fire. He's gonna go for the Flare Blitz, powering me up once again. But at this point in time, you know, it doesn't really matter too much. I can just go for the Wild Charge, and he's not gonna be able to live this, which is nice. Like, a Wild Charge was my best play in case he did want to switch out into Frillish once again. It would have 2-hit KO'd that, but yeah, now he's gonna go into Frillish here. And at this point, I'm gonna be trying to play for the differential. Like, I'm looking at the matchup right now. I'm like, okay, how do I try to get a 6-0 here so that I can get this money, get this differential? You already know. I'm gonna go here into my Staryu as he goes for the Scald, right? I'm gonna anticipate him to want to go into Picky Peck here and not want to stay in, because I don't think Frillish can really touch Staryu. So I'm gonna go here into Voltorb, trying to make the correct play here. And as you can see, he actually has Giga Drain. So I'm wondering to myself, I'm like, okay, interesting. He has Scald, Giga Drain. Maybe it has other offensive moves. So I'm just gonna Volt Switch out. I know that I can't knock it out in one hit because it is likely gonna be a Violite, just judging by his team. And I'm gonna bring in my Krogunk, anticipating the Scald here, as he goes right for that. So I do have Dry Skin. I am immune to the Scald. And now I'm just going to go ahead here and knock this Pokemon out. Of course, knock it out for the knockoff. And yeah, and then now he'll have one Pokemon left, which is gonna be his Picky Peck. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, this could be Choice Scarf, or this could be just some other kind of item. I'm gonna play it to it not being a Choice Scarf here, just so that, because if it is Choice Scarf, then Amon would have to go down, and then I would Amon would go down no matter what if it's Choice Scarf. So I'm gonna go to Voltorb. I did the calc. I know I live Brave Bird. He goes right for that. I do live it, and it's time to find out if he is Choice Scarf or if he is not Choice Scarf. And he's actually not Choice Scarf, so I am able to win this game 6-0. Very solid game. GG, it is Emvee. We get a good amount of differential. Look at the pose that he just made. Look at the pose. Look at the pose. It was a nice little he was about to dive in the ocean right there. But that's gonna be GG. So yeah, it was still a really solid game. I think he should have definitely brought some kind of electric immunity or electric resistance, especially for Voltorb, which is something that I've brought a lot. Voltorb is a really, really solid mon. Underrated, I would say, because it's one of the lower tier, I think. It's one tier above Bidoof, but I mean, you already know Bidoof is a lord at this game. But yeah, so I think we played really well, and like, because we were in that sort of 3-2 area, 3 wins 2 losses. Now we're 4-2, of course, but in this area here, like, there's a couple other people here, like it's sort of a little bit grouped up here. So I definitely think the differential will help in the long run, and yeah, I do plan on winning more games hopefully, so we can try to have the nice race to playoffs and make it. I think we'll be able to make it, just judging by how we're doing so far. And yeah, so yeah, great game overall, I think, because it just really showcased the power of Voltorb. Before it was sort of the speed, you know, showcasing in the other games. This match really showcased the power of Voltorb, I think. So yeah, really solid overall. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Be sure to check out my opponent if you want. I think he's also uploading at the same time. I think we gotta coordinate something. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll see you all on the next video. I do have a showdown live actually coming really soon. I think maybe tomorrow or the day after. Really solid team that I made for that video. So very excited to show you guys what I have there. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll see you all in the next video, which hopefully should be, I think, tomorrow or the day after. Yeah, peace.